I was listening to Fuad's podcast recently. He was talking about the Centre Party Circles group that you're in, and there's always you're always throwing shit food back and burgers and ice creams and things on there. And that was the other thing I thought, for someone who achieved what you have in bodybuilding, you talk about how you kind of lived with a bit more flexibility in terms of your season. I think there's that really iconic image, and I remember this because I did a few of those like natural ICN shows early on, and when you're a young athlete or young bloke trying to put on some size and strength, obviously in an off season, it's really important that you kind of embrace the fact that you need to eat more and you need to build up, and it's okay to add a little bit of body fat in that process. And, I think a lot of teens these days with social media and seeing all these shredded people all day, kind of get accustomed to thinking that's the norm and they should look like that.
It's like I said, when it came time to competing, I knew I had to look a certain way for a show. So you diet down, do all the cardio, and when you look that good, you're just generally when you feel your worst. But if I wasn't competing, I just love training. I love training and I love eating. So people go, well, why'd you go to like 135 kilos? I'm only 5'5". I said, I didn't aim for 135. It'd be like if I competed in February, March, and the Olympia was in September, I had all that year in between just to eat what I wanted. So I just ate. I'd eat good food still. I might have steak and vegetables, but after that, I might go have ice cream and biscuits. And then I might have chicken and rice, but then now later I'll have McDonald's. So when it came time to diet, I just cut out all that bad food in between. And like I said, I wasn't worried about my abs or having a jawline in the off season. I was like, I couldn't care how I looked. I just wanted to enjoy life. And I find that's why my body responded so quick when I did go back on a diet. I find people that stay too clean all year round, generally, they look good, but they don't make the improvements generally year to year. And plus, being around them, they're always miserable. You go out and eat with them. Oh, can I have this and substitute that and just want my chicken? It's like, you can eat that shit at home. It's like, if I'm going out to pay for a dinner, I want something that I wouldn't have at home. I want the steak done really nice and everything else that comes with it. If I'm just going to get chicken breasts and rice when I'm out, I'll be like, what's the point of going out to eat that crap?
And you were saying you stayed with Paul Dillette for a little while, and
he lived with me.
He was always strictly on the plan. Hey,
come ready for the Olympia. Yeah, he was, because he broke up with his wife, so he come to live with me for 8 months. And contest time he was, but off season he was like me, he just ate whatever too. So I think a lot of guys did. I know Dorian got really heavy and NASA got really heavy, and these guys generally that got heavy, each year they competed, you could see the improvements on them. And, you had like Sean Ray and Dexter and all those guys who never really got bulked up. And every year, they look fantastic, but you didn't notice the big improvements every year. So I think you got to put on a little bit of body fat. I don't have to go too crazy, but maybe, like you said, now because of the internet, everyone wants to look good for the internet. But then again, half the time people are photoshopping their pictures anyway. So it's like, who cares what you look like, really? So there's only that one day that counts, and that's on the contest stage. Apart from that, just enjoy yourself, have fun, because you can physically, it's not too bad. If you love training and dieting and cardio, it's not too bad. Mentally is where it's at, eating the same food, clean food, as day after day. Mentally, you think, oh, fuck, you just get burnt out mentally, just being so focused. And then you're focused on how you're going to look. One day you think you look good, next day you think you look shit, even though you look exactly the same, or the mind games start going on. So if I'm not getting ready for a show, I just wanted to be normal and eat food. And then sometimes I wouldn't eat food. I might only have 2 meals a day in the off season. I just was never regimented with it. Off season, I wanted to be totally different to contest time. So
like that refresh your mind, so you're ready to go for that.
Yeah.
And you said you never had a coach. You always coach yourself. And I know I've seen some videos where you're discussing, these influencers online, these coaches, where they take on clients and that they themselves don't even look anything like a bodybuilder. They don't prep themselves yet. These big, real
professional bodybuilders go to them.
Bodybuilders go to these people who look nothing like them and have never competed in their life, and yet they're looking for that expertise and guidance. I
don't know why they do it. It's like, I've had a few people come down to me. Well, Lee doesn't know what he's talking about, but I do. It's like I started training at 12, competing at 13, and one of my first 3 shows at 13. I'd read magazines, and really, unless you got something wrong with your mind, we all know what we have to do to lose weight: eat clean food, vegetables, chicken, lean steak, whatever, higher carbs, low carbs, whatever your body reacts to. And the only way you're going to know that is by trial and error. And nobody's going to know your body better than you.
Yeah.
It'd be like if you came to me to get ready. If I had to get you ready for a contest,
Yeah.
I'd probably just ask you, how do you train? How many days, this and that, and how many meals can you get in a day? I'd say, what foods do you like? If you competed before, I'd say, show me what you've sort of done before. And all I can do is just go off that, write you up a diet to begin with, and say, I want you eating oatmeal in the morning, this many egg whites, next meal. After training, have like 8 ounces of steak and maybe a cup of rice.
Yeah.
You go away and do that. Then in a week or two, I'll check in how you're feeling, how you're looking. Okay, we can maybe add a bit more here, take a bit more. Like, everyone can do this themselves. And these gurus get people who are already established pros, people with the best genetic, talking to 1%, the Ronnie Colemans, Phil Heaths. It's like anyone could get them ready. My grandmother could write a diet out for Phil and say 8 ounces of chicken breast, vegetables, and this and that. And then they think the drugs are just another thing too when it comes to steroids. It's like, they're only guessing. I could say to you, take some sus 250, take a bit of Deca, take this, how you feel. Oh, that makes me feel this. Okay, cut that out, do this. It's like, they're only guessing work, and they build these names up. And then, but I said it too, I know a lot of pros who coach people. They get people ready for shows, and some of these people win shows, but yet these pros can't get themselves ready. I'm like, how can you get all these other people ready for shows, giving them diets and drug programs or whatever you do, but you can't get yourself in shape? I'm just like, it's stupid. Yeah. So I don't understand it. It's always good. Like I said, if you get ready for a show, all you really need is a good support team, friends, family, whoever, a good training partner. So you know that you got to beat the gym at a certain time, because you train by yourself. I've done it where I'll go at 7, I'll go at 8, I'll go at 9, 10. Oh, fuck it, I'll go tomorrow. So it's very easy, if you know someone's waiting for you to be there, and then have someone who's honest with you. Say, you might have those days, oh, I'm looking great. You need someone to go, nah, you're still a bit fat, soft, because you want the people, no matter how you look, you're looking great, even if you look shit, you get those kiss-ass friends. It's like, no, tell me the truth. So that's all you really need. But yet people just, it's like Delant had Chad help him, and he just told me, he just said he was lazy. Because if I was going to have lunch, I'd be like, what will I have for lunch today? Chicken or steak or this? As long as it's from a protein group, I didn't care. Yeah. And Paul goes, see, that's why Chad has it written out. So at lunchtime, he goes, I know I have to have steak and this. Well, he doesn't have to. You could have any protein source you wanted, but, he was just lazy. So, you don't really need them. Unless, I've always said, if you're the average person who's never been into a gym, never been on an eating program, then have someone who can say, these are the foods you got to eat, do some sort of diet, show you around the gym a bit. But then after a couple of months, you should be able to go out on your own and just train yourself, because once I showed you how to do a leg press, you don't need me there next month to show you how to do the leg press again, and so on and so on. Yes, maybe if you need a revision on a training program later on, change the couple of exercises or a eating plan thing. But really, you don't need someone there like looking over your shoulder 24/7, because, the wheel's not broken. You don't need to reinvent the wheel when it comes to bodybuilding. And when I used to help people too, I used to feel guilty taking their money, because I'm thinking, this is so basic. It's just like clean eating and training and cardio. I know everyone thinks there's a secret, but trust me, there's no secret. Even if it comes to the drugs, there's no secret. So everyone's looking for that. And I think Fuad, one of his too, I forget, he went to Harney, he went to Chad. He had like 4 or 5, because some people go, well, this coach didn't help me, I'll go try this coach. This one didn't help, I'll go to this one. I'm like, there's just, they're all going to pretty much do the same thing. It just comes down to you and your genetics, and even, pretty much what's up here in your head, how determined you are and how much heart and guts you got to really push through shit. And no one can teach you that. That's either built in or not. You got to have those pain thresholds you can go past, sacrifice, going on holidays or having family outings because you got to be on a diet and you got to train and stuff like that. But these gurus, I think, just get given too much credit for these guys who are doing all the hard work and busting their ass and stuff. Like, I got him in shape like that. I'm like, could have done it himself. So, it's just crazy.